We're already live. Like I just went ahead and was like,
Oh,
boop,
are we?
let's go.
Oh, okay. Let me refresh that up. Oh yeah, look, there goes my phone. We're live.
We're
Absolutely.
absolutely live. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Elsewhere podcast. I still don't know how to intro this, so here we are. Yay! Um, I started going in quicker when it comes to starting the podcast because I put it on Spotify, and people are like waiting for an intro they can't see. Which, if you're just listening to it and you don't know who we are, then you don't know. But hey, wow, there's a lot
Hey,
of people in here. Look at that. Your fans are here, bruh. Thank you for bringing
my
all of
oh
your people.
oh look who's here. Wow, Larry. Larry's here. We got Carol, Amy Chella's here. Pug's here. Wow.
No, there's Truth.
Jeez, oh,
Casey. Jess, thanks for being here, sis. Appreciate you. Wallflowers showed up. There, well, you're in here, but you're anyway.
yeah.
Anyway,
I'm separately in here just to kind of do the chat thing.
no, yeah, I've got it like right here. I don't know why I'm pointing like you can see it.
I can picture it.
No, but by the way, shout out to Truth for this amazing setup that I have going on right here, where I can do all kinds of weird shit with my voice. It's fun. And there's Reese. What's up, Reese? Sherry, Annette. Jesus Christ.
Oh, what
Appreciate
up,
y'all
Reese?
swinging through.
Jeez.
No, I'm trying. I'm
Wow.
trying. It's 5 o'clock, man. I gotta catch up to East Coast time.
Far East Coast time. Get those sips in, girl.
Ugh, okay. So anyway, anybody that doesn't know who he is, which most people do, this is JT. He is is the winner of the rap competition that we did in November. Killed it, and I'll admit it was a little bit close at the end, just because it was two completely different types of styles. But I completely feel like you deserve it. And I think Webster called. He wants his dictionary back. If you could please, like, return that. It's overdue.
Oh, jeez. Yeah,
Yeah.
so first and foremost, I just want to say thanks for having me on today. This is great. I know weekends are busy times. Every time's a busy time when you're doing 100,000 things in life. So I appreciate that. Thank you for fitting me in, and thank you for having me on the competition. It was a great time, a great night, bunch of great music. Great friends. I can't imagine it having gone a better way. The competition was spot on. Your judges were spot on. You guys were a great time. It was awesome.
No,
So thank you for that.
I really appreciate that because honestly, we've done two, and I've had Skulls and Truth with me both times. They're some of my closest people. They're two of my closest, absolute closest friends. I consider them family. And sorry, I don't know how to mute, so I'm just gonna have to hear me cough. My bad. Um,
This is the season.
yeah, I know, right? But the thing is that we bring a different. I say this all the time. We bring a different dynamic. Both Skulls and Truth are artists. They're good at what they do. They're amazing at what they do. They do a little bit different. Their styles are a little different. I am not an artist at all, so I have a listener's perspective. And what's funny is that on top of being an artist versus not being an artist, Truth likes vibey shit, and I like angsty mean shit. So we usually don't agree. And then Skulls has to come in, and he has to, you know, we always make him vote last usually, so that it's on him.
Yeah, good to put him on the spot. He looks like he's the kind of guy that loves that sort of shit. So
Yeah, he's making some
that's great.
serious moves up there in fuck ass Connecticut where he's at.
Yeah.
There's Abnormal. He was in the competition too. What's up, man?
He was absolutely, man. Yeah, yeah. He brought some power to that first round for sure, man.
Yeah, he's been bringing up.
Yeah.
He's actually shout out Abnormal. He's putting out music. I think this week he's been putting out music. I've been seeing him post. He usually sends me links and stuff. So shout out to you, man. But no, Larry's been putting out music. There's a lot of artists. There's a lot of supporters in the chat. Appreciate you guys for being here. That competition was so much fun. I love doing those. I hate doing them and I love them at the same time. Cause I'm that person who like always wanted to play with all my stuffed animals so nobody felt bad. But I'm really mean. So there's a dynamic there where what's up, Jorge? And there's
Mm,
George Lane.
George
What's
is here.
he's
Oh, G
straight white
Kid.
male.
G Kid's in here too. Wow. We got a bunch of all stars up in the building tonight. This is great.
Well, this is what happens when you have, badass people to talk to, you know?
Facts.
they
Facts.
they rock with you, and they rock with what you do. I mean, who wouldn't? Once you can understand it, I mean, you have to get out your encyclopedia and thesaurus, and then like write things down.
Yeah, well, I caught on and started doing more lyric videos, right? I feel like people are kind of getting it a little more, you know. People like Truth are learning words like frickin' and stuff. It's great.
That was one of my favorite moments. Was when he's like, "Skulls, you're the whitest white boy I know."
I know that was so good. And he pronounced it spot on, like he'd been saying the word every day of his life.
Mhm. What's he saying?
Frickin'.
Shout out my boy Truth, you fire bro. Keep doing your thing, my guy. I don't know if you're talking about yourself, which is true. By the way, I love him to pieces. He's adding himself. He's lost it. It's all good. Um, I'm sorry. I'm reading the chat. That's why I'm going quiet because I'm reading because people are going a little bit crazy.
That's good. That's why we're here.
Yeah, and Wallflower
Yeah.
said something that's true. She said, we know who to keep pushing and promoting, and that's the whole purpose of this platform is to showcase people that are just good people, right? They're not just a good artist, just a good content creator, just a good author. They're actually good people at their core, or somebody that I
Yes.
think's a good person, which is kind of neither here nor there. Take that with a grain of salt. Um, and there's my
Facts.
mom. Hi, mom.
Oh, that's Patricia?
That's my mom.
Hi, Mom. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, she knew I was doing this, but I
That's
forgot to say,
great.
"Oh, guys, I'm going live." So she's probably, why is she yelling in her room? Oh, yeah, she's live. I'm yelling. No, but the whole purpose of bringing people on here is to show someone that's worth getting to know on a personal level on their art in any way, shape, or form, whatever type of art they may do, and give them a chance to check you out. And by the way, you need more shit on your YouTube channel. Just saying. Um, because you only have like what, like 5 videos
What's that?
on your YouTube. You only have like 5 videos
5 videos.
on your
No, I got a
YouTube.
lot. No, I
Then
got
what am I
lots.
looking at? Am I looking at the
I have
wrong YouTube
hundreds.
channel? I'm looking.
Unless you're just looking at my videos,
Well, yeah,
like the music videos I did. Like
yeah.
most of it is just music with like some kind of artwork or the
Oh,
lyrics or
gotcha.
something like that, right? So
Okay.
yeah, no, yeah, yeah,
Cause
that's kind of where I started. I didn't get into the streaming platforms for, well, geez, without dating myself, they weren't around for a lot of years after I started. So
no, that's awesome. I mean, I went and I was just pulling the link to your YouTube. I pulled it real fast, and I just saw like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I was like, okay. So it must have just been one list on the front page because I didn't click on anything else. So
could
that
have
might have
been.
been what it was.
It might have been songs off my album. Was it all the same picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for whatever reason, I don't know. I actually had a good friend of mine, my guy who does my music videos, set my YouTube channel up, and he did it in such a way that I could barely follow how he did it. So things just kind of happen without me knowing what's going on fully, which is my bad
No, I
as
was
far as
just
how the
saying
setup goes.
because
So
I've heard like if you go on Instagram and you go to search you, there's a lot more music on there. And I was like, "Oh, okay," because there's a couple songs I hadn't heard, like the one I used for the story I put on Instagram. I
right,
hadn't heard that one
yes.
before. And by the way, that slide whistle,
Oh my God, yeah. My one of my best friends, Sean, was on that song. He and I were a group called Undecided, right? And as soon as I put that in there, I couldn't stop laughing, man. I started messaging him like, "What you know about slide whistles to bring your verse in, son?" He's like, "What's a slide whistle?" And I still don't think he fully knows what I was talking about. I don't know if he's in here tonight. That's some risky ass shit. That's some risky ass shit. You try to go in and sound hard and throw a slide whistle in the background.
oh, by the way, shout out Carol. I swear to God I saw you, but I don't know if I said your name. I don't think I did. So my bad for that. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Um,
Beats bars. Talk about yeah, I got the call center headset. It's funny, this is my work headset too. I was just telling Kat there I was gonna pull out the Beats headphones for this, but nah, why not? Why not be comfortable? These are nice and lightweight, right?
but you don't want them like smashing your head, and if you like
They don't
turn,
feel like they're sucking my ears out of the sides of my head. Yeah.
well, I don't want to hear anything else. So that's why I have mine. I've got my Audio Technica.
Ooh, I
No,
like
they're
those too, though.
sniffy. Shout out Champagne
Yeah,
Rain. Appreciate her. Um,
yeah, those are nice.
yeah, they're pretty awesome. It helps because before I was around YouTube and I was around content creators and artists, I didn't understand the importance of course, if you have a good pair of headphones or if you have a good speaker, right? You hear things differently and it sounds better.
Facts. Facts.
But it doesn't.
Incredible, actually.
But that's the thing is, once you start understanding the difference between, yay, there's a song, it's on the radio, it sounds cool, makes my car thump, right? And you start getting into the, wow, even though you hear lyrics, you're like, wow, that's a fire beat. And then you start hearing things that are back here and over
Right.
here. By the way,
Right.
any of y'all that go panning back and forth like this and make me dizzy while I'm listening, screw you.
Those are all my go-to moves. I love it.
Like when
The
it's
stuff that's back here.
something, no,
Okay.
when it's back there, that's fine. But when it's panning back and forth, where it's like that
Yeah.
stuff, or I think there's someone like there's a voice really far back.
Someone in the back corner of your
I'm
room
like-
there, Kat. You got rappers all over the place in there.
Yeah, look at all the people behind me. Look at the whole
I
audience.
see that.
By the way, this is my friend right here. That's Amy. She's going to be on the podcast in January telling her story. That is her family. Love her to pieces. I've known her since 3rd grade. So she
That's
sent me a
nice.
Christmas card. Look at that. Anyway, I had to say that since I have all these people behind me. Everything
I
else
like that.
is-
I'm sure they all have a story, so.
well, I mean, a lot of them have the same story. They're the same. There's a theme. There's Knox.
Oh, yeah.
There's Nova, Knox. There's Scheme. So
I gotcha. Those are all actually like burnt CDs, right? Like those are actual hard copy albums, are they? Or is it
Autographed.
just album
Mhm.
covers?
no,
Nice, even
they're
better.
autographed albums. Every single one's autographed that was able or available to be autographed. Anybody that follows, Hangover Gang, they know that there are certain albums that with COVID they couldn't autograph. Everything else is autographed by the
Absolutely.
artist. I threw a tantrum at Knox Hill because I want Blacklist. I want that autographed, but he doesn't do any more physical copies. And then other people won't do physical copies at all, and they make me mad because I'm like, well, just print one and sign it so you can go on my wall. Because I've got like 5 or 6 coming. Brandon Hart's albums are coming. And anyone that, by the way, any artists that have a physical copy album and you are willing to sign it, I'll buy it. Not for like $80 because no, but
The physical copy is a lost art these days. I know what you're saying. It's not always the easiest to get, but I do have a weirdly amount of people asking for it, and I've never really, I haven't done one probably in like a decade. They were just all mixed crap of my old stuff, right? But yeah, no, there's something to be said about
send me a signed picture. I will burn a damn CD and I'll stick it on my wall with the printed out.
If I'm gonna send you the artwork, I'll burn the CD. I'm pretty sure I can still remember how to do that.
Yeah, people can
hope so.
burn me a CD too. Burn me a CD that you burned yourself, sign with a smiley face, and send it to me, and it'll go up here.
I can do that.
I'm just saying, because then I can say, well, it's their album. This is actually a personalized copy that is one of a kind. In fact, there's his fingerprint. Let's go access his phone later.
We can level up like that if you want. Absolutely.
No, but the other thing was I noticed, because right now it's like Eastern time. I can never differentiate between Canadians that are on Eastern time and Pacific. Because I thought all Canada was like on the East Coast.
Not all of us. Canada's a big place, Kat.
Well,
It's fairly large.
I mean, I know that, but I just thought that
Yeah.
Canada was above New York, and then the rest of Canada was just ice road truckers.
We got a lot of those too.
And that's it. Like fishing holes, ice road truckers, and then Alaska.
Yeah.
Like that's how I'm really bad at geography. If you haven't figured that out. Ben T says he'll buy one too. He wants one too.
Appreciate you, Ben. Appreciate you. Yes, I know this is something that I've had people asking for, and I think they stopped asking. Actually, they got fed up of me just not doing it. But I've had some pretty key people asking. Now the Kat's asking. I got to get in on this stuff, right?
Oh, I'm a nag.
You know,
I won't let it
she's
go.
real.
I'm serious. I'm like a cat with catnip. I'm like, nope, give it back. I'm serious. No, because it matters. Like I don't collect a lot of stuff. I collect books, which I'm just starting up my collection. A lot of people know about my books.
A little bit.
And then my CDs. See? And they're all, like I said, they're all autographed, so it matters to me. I mean, if I get one that's not autographed, I'll just send it to your house and you can sign it and send it back. But it's just, I don't know. It's a way to support and a way to show love for people that I really appreciate. And especially if I've spoken to somebody and they have the opportunity, I'll put them up here. I really want to. Like, I might move things around so that I can fill the wall. They might get closer with less space. I just whatever.
Mhm. Oh, that's respect though, big time.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing is
Yeah.
it's like I don't have much. I don't. Everybody lives all over the world. They live all over the country or in a different country. Like 90% of y'all live in Canada. What's up with that, by the way?
I don't
Um.
know how that happened.
Okay, so get this. You, as the structure fails, who are good friends of mine, um, Rachel Geek, Novin Tomer from Canada, Brandon Hart lives in Canada, versus like the
Yep,
list just keeps going. Everybody's in
it really
Canada.
does. And I think a lot of us up here, I mean, we don't realize how many of us there are.
Well,
You
y'all are
know,
bored and cold, and so you make music.
I know, I know. We're all in our little bubble here in different parts, right? But Carol's from Canada. She's kind of recognized a few of the Canadian artists and brought them my way. I was like, oh, he's there too, man. We've had some people I found out live just down the damn street from me. So yeah, I guess it doesn't say a lot of us as far as how well we are at networking, but it's surprising how many.
No,
Like I
it
saw
really is.
MHL in
It's
here.
kind of
She's from
cool.
Canada. Yeah,
What's up? Welcome
yeah.
in Rebel Talk Radio. Mom, stop. I told you
What
I'm
was
bad
your
at
grade?
geography.
Yeah, that's a D minus.
Okay, I just figured out
We're
that
working on it.
Hawaii is not by Florida. So I
We're
figured that
working on
out
it.
in the last 12 months, y'all. Like, don't play with me. I'm bad at geography. Like, I don't care. I'm here. McDonald's is that way. The school is that way. The gas
Facts.
station's that way, and
Yeah,
that's all I need.
grocery store. That's the only other thing I could think of. Yeah, you know where
Oh
those
no, they
places are?
deliver
That's
them.
like north, south, east, west.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. That's another thing I haven't taken advantage of over these past few years, which I should have. But yeah,
What's up,
yeah,
Jared?
that's all
Thanks
you're
for
gonna need.
swinging by, man. I know you're busy. He's got a son on the weekends, so he's usually not able to show up. But even popping in for a second. But no,
All about that. Yeah,
but
big shout out to everyone that's here. I didn't know what to expect, to be honest. It's great to see all familiar faces, names, and whatnot showing up in the chat.
and even if people
It's
can't
awesome.
stay, just the fact that they pop in just to show some love, just to
I
say
agree.
hi, to say I was here. It's kind of like you touching the car before you walk around it, just so your fingerprints are on it, kind of thing. That's a cop thing.
I showed up. I was there. You can
hmm
tell.
So
There's
that way, if
proof.
something goes crazy cool, right, and something insane happens, then they can be like, "I was there."
Exactly. Yeah.
Pug
No,
Mama,
I
she
hear
sucks
you.
at directions. Thank you. So it's not just me, Mom. See?
But I hope Pug Mama can find me on the map at least.
I was starting reading the
Me
chat again. I
me
keep
too.
getting distracted because it's fun because we
Yep.
know everybody here for the most part.
Yep.
We know everybody
Absolutely.
that's in the chat. But
Yep.
by the way, shout out for the Inception yesterday.
So that got out of control quick. Um,
Yeah,
I
don't
don't.
threaten me with a good time. You think that you're gonna try to
Yeah, I know. I
repost what
was
I
like,
post and I
she won't
post
take
what you
this
post?
next round. I was like, yeah, no, she won't take this another round. And I said that like 4 times. And then at the end, you're like, you're going to be a dot in the bottom, in the middle of the screen. And I'm pretty sure I was at the end.
You're almost where you were
I
like
didn't realize that.
this big on the screen like that. And I was
I've
like,
never reposted a story that many times, so I didn't actually ever notice that the faces get smaller and smaller, and it's all about the caps. So yeah, that was great. I think I gave up. You won that round too.
I did. I usually
Yeah,
do.
you took
Mhm.
me on that. Yeah,
I was like,
you were
okay,
resilient.
I'll stop. But that was my last one. See, so if you'd have
Yeah,
reposted that,
yeah.
it would have kept going because that would have been your fault. Because I said I'll stop. I was letting you know you couldn't
Yeah.
you couldn't win with that. I did it on purpose. But
Oh no, I think I'm going to say we all won. You just won a little bit more than I did.
sure, we'll go with that. I took the W. No, but
It's all good.
the thing is that what's funny is that when you entered the competition, I didn't know you from Adam. I didn't know who
Hmm.
you were. I'd seen your name around like in passing, but I didn't know anything about you. Never spoken to you,
Right.
nothing like that. So when
Thanks.
you jumped on the competition, I didn't look into you for a reason. Because obviously it's a competition. The last thing I want to do is try and go in there biased or, with the preconception of this is the people that I want to win or whatever. It was pointless for me to do that. And
Right.
then right
Yeah.
after we talk a lot. So I mean, I can say we're friends. I mean, that if you had
Absolutely.
been in the competition, if that didn't happen, we wouldn't be friends. We wouldn't be talking right now. Well, maybe we would. Maybe I would have still invited you on.
Yeah,
But
probably not.
but
Yeah.
after the competition, I got a chance to listen to some of your music, and the fun part is that you're very consistent and you have a very unique sound, like with your voice and things like that. Like you approach lyrics in a specific way. You can by your tone and I don't know. See, I can't articulate that well. But what do you say?
Yeah,
Oh, he was.
that's the best you can hope for, you know. That's kind of what we all are striving for as artists, is to be providing something that sounds different, and not in like a shitty sounding way, but in like a, this is vibey, this is catchy. When you sound different from everyone else, you're never going to catch everybody. You're going to have people it's just not for them, and that's fine. It is what it is. But for the people that can appreciate it, you got something all of a sudden that nobody else has. So all of a sudden you've got a fan, you've got a follower, you've got someone that really wants to hear what you're putting out next, and there's a lot to be said for that. And by you putting on competitions like what you've done here, it allows those people to come in and catch find those people that might be the style of music that they want to have. It's not going to be for everybody, but that's the value. That's the true value in the competitions that you guys put on. So, and same with me. I came across some dope artists on that. Same with Truth and Skulls. Like I barely knew them at all. Now I follow them. They come up with new stuff. Like I go to Truth's lives and whatnot whenever I have time, and he's hilarious as hell. So just that
Yeah,
networking
he's
piece,
he's a, he's
and
a
for
goof.
people like you, oh, he's a hell. Well, that was obvious. I mean, you saw those little pieces I posted up. I didn't even post shit of my own stuff. I just posted his stuff up when it came to the competition reaction stuff, because that's all I wanted to see. It was hilarious. I mean, friggin' tears, man. Frickin' tears, even. Oh my god, he was hilarious. I saw it. Like the song ended, and you guys didn't say shit, and then he just started going off, and you guys are just trying to stifle laughs. Skulls leaves. I'm like, okay, he's laughing in a corner somewhere. I'm laughing. I'm lying on my bed, rolling around. It was, yeah. It just made it so fun and so entertaining, and it's such a positive environment that you just want more.
Well,
And if you can create that, what else could you possibly ask for?
yeah, absolutely, I agree with that, and that's a good way to put it. I know Truth really well, and I knew he was going to do one of two things. He was going to literally say, "Play the next fucking song. I'm done. I don't want to hear it. Like I'm done. I don't have nothing to say. I don't want to talk to you. I'm mad." Like he gets mad when he's like, "The hell just happened?" Or he was going to come off with something and say something because that's truth. And you can just, I
I
could,
think he did all that stuff.
well, he did. He did
Honestly,
everything.
pissed off at me.
Well, he does the
Yeah.
most of the time. Like about 90% of the time, he is doing the most. So
Yeah.
he's at full blast. But you could just, I could read his the way he kind of like looks around, the way his face looks, like his
I know he's like,
where he looks a little bit like pissed
just,
off.
just, just that. Like
So I
he,
just
he
shut
had
up.
me at
Like I'm
that.
not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, I'll wait. And he did. He blew. He was like a tea
Oh,
kettle. Like no, but it was perfect because he was
it
true.
was good, man.
Especially the whole because at one point, your music you have to listen to more than once. You're not gonna catch everything right away.
Yeah.
But do you sing? Sing?
Do I sing? Uh, I try. I try that. Not very often, and when I do, I usually need a little bit of help with the mixing, so I'll reach out to someone and get some help there. Normally, I don't do that, but I do need the help. Like I can hold a tune, but it's not. It doesn't sound as good as other singers do, and I really feel bad putting components in that don't at least sound at the level where my rapping is into any of my songs, right? I usually reach out for help if I'm going to try that stuff. Every now and then I do. It's rare. I
Well,
do have one coming up where I tried a little tiny bit on the intro. A
okay.
collab I got
So
coming up,
rate
but
your singing from. You ready for the scale?
sure,
I want you to rate your
always.
singing from, you know, Celine Dion. I'm going on tour tomorrow. I am a savant, right? To thank God I live by myself, which in the middle is like I'm shower ready, right? There's I'm church ready. There's
No,
I just mouth words at church. Like there's all these different ones in the middle. So please rate yourself which what you would
Uh,
think.
I'm like soundproof igloo ready. How about that? Soundproof igloo and a small one so that not too many people can come in and have to deal with the shit that happens in there.
It
That's the
might
best way I could put it,
it
right?
might
That is an up
echo.
northern Canada. I don't
It
I don't hear you.
no, it might echo. You have to scroll
Oh
through
my
because it
my
might
singing,
echo and you have
yeah.
to hear it again. It's like
Well, that's what that's why the igloo's got to be built far as fuck away from civilization, just to be safe.
it's like a little hole in the ice to like fish.
Maybe just a little one, because it could take days. I could get hungry just waiting for something to come together. Yeah, it's not good. I always try. I hear these things in my head and whatnot, and I just stumbled upon kind of ways to layer certain things and make it sound like almost acceptable. But like I said, I usually have to get some help from people that know what they're doing, some engineers and whatnot, whenever I try to throw that stuff in. And even then, it's best effort. I don't do it a whole lot anymore. I went through a little phase there where I really wanted to give it a shot. But
I just picture you being like, when they hold their ear and they sing and they
that's me
close
hitting
their
the
eyes.
mute button. That's me hitting
No,
the
but I
mute button
picture
so I
you
don't have to hear my
singing
own
like
shit.
that, where you're like in the mic and in your feels, and you're
Yeah,
holding like
just passionate
pure.
singing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my
I,
God,
I,
Champagne
I
Rain.
guess.
She's like, I'm offering to do features. I do have auto tune, and I do use it liberally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Larry wants to start a Popeyes chicken dance called JT and the Chicken Backs. Yeah. They just put a Popeyes in up here. We don't get fancy ass shit like that very often. We just got an IHOP and a Popeyes. They put them next to each other, right? So anything that's like from the States, they keep it in one area. I don't know why. It makes it impossible to get in there because everyone wants a piece of that shit. But Larry and I both had bad Popeyes experiences lately. So we're thinking of A, doing a diss cipher on them, and B, creating a wicked dance that we do every time they fucking order up. So we need a team of people to go in and put on this crazy dance. First person comes in, says, "Hey, you did this to my order." And then we just break it down. 5, 6 people just doing crazy ass dance moves all over the inside of the restaurant. Fuck
Yeah,
everybody's lunch up. Yeah.
I'm opting out of that. You do not want to see me try to dance. That's not a thing. If I do, it's completely by accident.
Accidental
And
dancing. I like the sound of that.
accidental, like I stomped my foot too hard and my whole body jiggled. Like that's it. That's all you get. I don't actively dance. And I'm like,
There we go. 3:30 a.m. clubbing. I like it. Turn it
that's
into
the
a
last time I
three-step.
was dancing is when I was out at the clubs at like 20 years old. Club hopping,
Yeah.
where you just get up on the speaker and you just figure if you wiggle your butt around, the guy's suction cup, like, you know,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
last time.
That's all you needed to do, right?
Yeah, it
At
really
that
is.
time, yeah. Facts.
Drunk guys are not picky. It's great.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's another thing I can't do is dance. So add that to my singing and list,
Well, you can
my
always be like,
challenges list.
you know, do like the metal,
Yeah,
which I can't do.
that could work.
I mean, you could try. You could always just, some people do it. Some people, when they're trying to do their music, right, they just talk.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm gonna do Lion King as a spoken word. I haven't recorded it yet, but I am gonna do that. I've decided. I just have to
Yeah, you were saying that.
I'm gonna do it. I haven't done it yet. But then you can either speak, like some of the mainstream rappers, they just talk, and it's like they throw autotune on talking. Okay, you can talk with autotune, yay. And then you have the ones who yell everything to the point where you can't understand a single word. There's a difference between being metal and being able to understand and articulate what you're saying. If you have
Right.
lyricism, don't be screaming metal, say. But if you have no lyricism and no voice, you might as well do it. Like, why not? Don't.
I suppose, yeah, if you really, really are dying to get in that bad and the other things aren't working, I mean, yeah, you know.
Why not,
And I think that there's an audience for that. There's an audience that feels that.
dude?
We all put on a metal song where we didn't understand a damn thing that happened from start to finish and stuff. But if you like that sound, and sound is at least kind of not blowing your eardrums off, although some people like that too. But yeah, there's like I said, there's an audience for that. So
Well, that's my thing.
yeah,
Is it's like I can't hold a tune if it was in a cup strapped to my back with a lid on it. Like I can't. It's And it's okay. That's not my lane. But the people that can do well at what they do, I appreciate them completely. And that's why I always want to bring them on and tell people, like, hey, look, this person's pretty cool. You should check them out, especially if they're funny. If they're fun, like, let's go. I mean, honestly,
Facts.
I don't consider myself funny. I think I accidentally am funny sometimes. Like, I don't mean to be, but I get like my one shot a day where I'm like, oh, got him. You know, that's about as far as I go. But there's a lot of people out there that have some really badass personalities.
Facts.
Like, I would never have guessed when I first met you that you would have gone on an Inception run on the story just for shits and giggles. Like, why not? Okay,
My whole life's been shits and giggles.
chill rock.
Before this
What's
whole
up, man?
artist shit and this rap stuff, that's all I did. All my thought and brain power went into stupid shit like that.
Shitting and
Because that's what
giggling.
entertains me. I love it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, it
I
takes some
need that.
effort.
I gotta have that stuff, that happy stuff in life, right?
No, absolutely,
You know,
because
I like
it can turn on a dime. I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix my lighting because I'm like shining like I'm shiny. Like I'm super white today. Oh, now I'm orange. There we go. Whatever. I'll just leave it like that.
It's
Um,
all good.
no, I just what's really cool is that, especially some fun facts about you that I know, we're close in age. We're in a similar situation with kids and working from home, which is hence the, you know, your headset.
Oh, this here. Yeah. Yep.
I
Logitech
actually
H800.
I have one. I just put it away because I don't use it because I'm like, just don't talk to me. When I'm at work, don't talk to me. I don't want to
Yeah.
talk to anybody.
Yeah.
I'll sit there and I'll call them on my actual phone. Like I'll do the Microsoft Teams on my phone. Like, I guess I have to talk to you. Otherwise, they have this whole setup with the camera. I'm like, oh, my camera doesn't work. Oh.
Oh, I love those excuses.
And
Those
I'm
working
like,
from home. I got a bunch, man. I got
mind
go-tos.
you, I, I don't know how to be on camera. Oh, I don't know how this works. I can't be. I'm
Hopefully,
sorry. I
hopefully,
can't be in a
hopefully they don't
meeting.
have your podcast address.
They don't.
Yeah.
But still, it's just funny
Yeah.
because I mean, I have this entire setup with cameras, and I've got multiple cameras. I've got a whatever the hell this thing's called that I can make my voice go crazy, and do weird stuff on. That thing, this whole thing,
Like a
and I'm
mix.
like, oh,
Yeah,
my
I see you got the
equipment,
mic there.
it
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah,
work.
you got that gear. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Truth
Yeah.
setup. He gave it to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Just make sure your work people don't get your like YouTube and stuff and your podcast stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
all
talk to
good.
them
Me,
like
my
that.
work, my work would catch wind of this. They'll see me with this headset on. The layout. You owe me like $8 for 2 hours of rental on that headset, JT. I'm gonna get a bill by the end of the week.
That's hilarious.
That's what happens. You work for the government. That's what happens.
Yeah, I'm lucky I don't have to. I don't do all that. I just do my own thing. I listen to audiobooks and I move on. But it's boring. Sorry, work. It's boring. Working from home is boring because you don't go anywhere. You stay in one spot,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
hard. You know, if I was a creative person, then I'm sure I could like do interesting things, right? I could work and then like jot things down, but I can't do this while I'm working. I'm like, here,
Yeah.
ooh, there's an idea for a Twitch stream. Like, watch me work, y'all. Like, you can't see my screens because that's HIPAA and stuff. But just watch me sit
100%.
there and be frustrated and like throw tantrums at stupid things I have to do at work. I could make some serious bank. I mean, wouldn't you want to watch me
Yeah.
be mad at my job?
Kinda. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I'd be fairly entertained. It would probably help me get through my boring ass job day.
If people
Hearing some of
pay
that shit.
to watch people sleep,
There's something to be said about it too, right? Like, for people.
their connection's cutting. Hold on, I'm making sure it's not mine.
Is that me? That's me, isn't it? Could
Yep,
be me.
that's you. I was checking all my connections real quick.
Am I
You
good
see how
now?
fast I move? Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Okay, cool.
You're back.
Sorry about that.
No, I figure if people pay people to watch them sleep. I mean, they can just pay me to watch me work. Like, I'll scratch my head and pick my nose or something. I mean, I'll do whatever. It's cool. You know,
Yeah. All of a sudden, you're getting paid double time
Yeah.
and a half.
It's like, oh, that's our
Yeah,
time.
I think there's something to be said for people that are kind of where we're at, where I'm assuming there was a time when you had a job where you actually had to go in every day, and you probably did it for a lot of years before you started doing this, right? Am I right about that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
started working
that's
from
me
home
too.
with COVID because we were throwing tantrums. I was throwing a tantrum because I wanted to work from home. I didn't want to go into work. They were throwing tantrums because they were
Yeah.
scared they're going to get sick, and I was throwing a tantrum because I just didn't want to. I just wanted to work in my PJs.
Yeah. But you guys were both working towards the same thing, luckily. So, anyways, yeah, for us, I feel like knowing the difference, it's either the best thing in the world or it's the worst or it's both. Because with our lifestyles and whatnot, being at home just it makes life easier when you've got kids and you've got school and you've got activities, you've got travel time, what you would have had to waste your day on driving here, there, and the other place, right? And I know, there's a lot of people in here obviously that go into work, they probably have never worked from home. But for those people that kind of just are trying to get into a professional service and they start working from home, like right off the beginning, they don't even know the difference. They might have come out of school and whatnot. So really over the last 2 years, I've kind of wondered how those people were able to adapt to a fresh new job, starting your career and being sitting at your house. Like I feel like it would be a lot harder to stay focused, more harder to stay engaged and whatnot. And I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I'm a team lead, so to bring those people on, I always am hesitant because I don't know how they're gonna handle it. I always want to give people opportunity, good workers, but there's just something to be said for the way things have gone over the last few years as far as the professional world goes. And I always think about that, and I don't know. I can't imagine. I literally, same as you, I started working from home full time around the start of the pandemic. Before that, I was in the office every damn day for God knows how many decades, right?
Right.
So
Well,
yeah,
here's the thing.
I
I
think
kind
about
of
that.
think the opposite of you, just a little bit about somebody coming fresh out of college. Here's why. To them, a work experience is that is what they know. That's being at home. So they know they have tasks to do. They start and they learn to do it from home and not to procrastinate. The rest of us who've been working in the office forever, we go home. What do? We screw around, man. We do our
Hard.
thing. We go to the bathroom. We make
Yep.
lunch.
Yep.
We're like, and
Yep.
once you get into that habit after being in the office for so long, where you're like, for your boss, once you get into that habit and you go home and you start kind of treating it like you're off a little, you're kind of off because that's what home is not work, right? Oh, this is
Yep.
cool. It's more laid back. Oh, that's nice. We procrastinate more than someone who comes straight out the gate and they know, oh, this is what work is. Here's my task. Let's do it. They're more focused than someone like me. Well, maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm personally
Yeah.
like, I'm at home. I get all my tasks done. I stop, I take a drink of my drink. Like I'm not
Yeah.
like doing it like on the sly and like if I want a break, I take a break. But like I said, I still get my work done. I just think that's the difference. Like people that are coming straight out of college or wherever they're coming from, they could
Yeah.
develop the right habits for work from home when us old assholes don't.
Yeah. That's actually a great way of looking at things, and just hearing you explain that out. Um, when I first started working at home, I actually was more productive. I was working more hours because it was easier to get there, right? Like I almost felt like it was such a privilege and whatnot. And not even just that, the fact that it was just so easy to get to work, to take 10 steps and get to work, then take 10 steps and go back to my living room at home. That I was actually working too much. I was doing too much stuff beyond what I would have done if I was just going to the office, because you're just counting the numbers down, right? I mean, when you're in the office, you're looking at that damn clock. You're waiting until it hits 4:30 or whatever it is when you're on your way out. So yeah, no, that's a good point. If you don't know any different, it could work in your favor.
I mean, it could. Not saying it
Yeah,
does,
yeah,
because
yeah.
raising entitled little assholes doesn't help. So if they're a
Mm-hmm.
entitled little asshole, they're going to be an asshole whether in their office or at home. You know,
Facts.
I mean, I think that this is my opinion. I mean, I actually would like to go work for Hobby Lobby. I would have no space on any wall in my entire living area because I would buy everything. But they pay like what I get paid after 20 years of work. So
Yeah,
then I'd be on
yeah.
my feet out of
Just
the house. That's the biggest detriment is being in the house all the time. So I
yeah,
get up, put my kid on the bus, chill out, read a book. I can't clock in until 8. Clock in at
yeah,
8. I'm in my room, in my house. right? Take my
Yeah.
breaks. Maybe I run to the gas station. I'm in my home, in my house. My kids get home. I'm in my home, in my house. Like,
Yeah.
and I've turned into a hermit. I don't go anywhere. I don't
Yeah.
meet people. I'm just like, I'm in my own little world. And that's
Yeah.
why being online and meeting people and getting to know people and actually getting to talk to people is life changing for me
Facts.
and for a lot of
Facts.
people in the
No, you
community.
said it. You said it. Yeah.
I mean,
Same with me.
when have we ever had access? Okay, I'm not saying that people haven't been social or on social media prior to me being older and finally figuring it out. I'm just saying, from my perspective, when in our lifetimes, right, have we had this kind of access to the artists to actually interact with people? Um, like, you can literally go and you've got, let's just say, Gatsby. Gatsby does a live stream. You can go talk to him. You
Yeah.
know, Knox does a live stream. You can go talk to him. You
Yeah.
know, Tom goes live on Facebook. You go talk to him. And he might see it, he might not. That's besides the point. You actually, there's my mom. Do the laundry, water the plants. Exactly. You know, pet the cat. Like,
Yeah. Working
you
from
know.
home for the win.
But I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
when in our lifetime has it been so easy to be able to really rub elbows with people with this type of talent, this level of talent? These, I'm talking artists, beat makers, authors, content creators,
Facts.
YouTubers, people with intimate knowledge of random ass shit, with good personalities that are fun, that we resonate with. When has it been this easy? It's never been that easy.
Wasn't even a possibility for
No.
us a decade ago, 2 decades ago. It wasn't even a thing. I didn't even realize any of the things you just said is pretty much the way I've been living my life the last 2 years, 3 years. And I didn't realize how easy it is, to be able to do all those things. You've got like a global community at your disposal just from being on social media and going to these lives and being on YouTube and whatnot. You know, you can kind of have what you would have had, in person, virtually, which is better than anything we ever could have imagined coming up.
But it
So I
also,
agree with what you just said
but then
fully.
we hit that. I haven't made this point on this podcast in a while. I'm going to bring it back up. This is something I always go back to, where I say that all the issues that people have issues. Ben, he's around my age. Let's just put it that way. You know how old I am. All the issues that society. Let's just go. I'm not going to go political. I'm not going to go in there. I'm saying, in society, oh kids, why do they act in this way? Why are they talking this way? Why are they liking this type of hollow content, right? Not this type, I'm talking in general. I put it all towards the overuse of being having access, right? So you have to be real careful and you have to balance it, because having access to all the world's problems on your news feed every day, depending on what kind of person you are, it makes you feel personally responsible, or that you even, or like, who thinks this, but that your opinion matters on global things across the world, in a culture or in an area that you know nothing about. So people do this, right? They feel like it leads to entitlement. It leads to people thinking that their opinion should be and is required to be heard, right? And then the kickback if it's not. When it was in person and less availability for the whole world to meet people in Canada, meet people in India, meet people in Indonesia. Have a good one, Jess. Appreciate you. You know, the community, their school, they go to their school. They would go to the school games. They would go to local concerts. They would go to the local bar, whatever, right? Their opinion in their locality, that small area, is more impactful than globally. So you have all these people who think that everyone wants to hear what they have to say about every detail and everything in the entire world, right? And then get mad because nobody's listening to them when they could make an impact locally and they're not.
Yes.
So they're
Yeah.
picking and choosing what they want to look at out of this huge pool, instead of saying, well, I could really do something in this area. That's one of the biggest problems with it being virtual and being online,
Yeah.
is when people lose a sense of how, I don't want to say they're
Yeah.
small, but
What
how
up, Zach?
small they really should be.
Yeah.
What's up, Sack?
Yeah, and I think you're absolutely right, because 20 years ago you didn't have a choice. You're coming up where we were at 20 years ago, and it was all about that circle that's right in front of your face. You had no choice. There was nothing else. There was your friends, your family, your social group. That was it. So nowadays, I think it's probably harder. But I've actually, I was talking to, I can't remember who it was, somebody about this here recently. I think it was Larry. Um, how important it is to not lose sight of that local group, despite the fact that you are part of like a more global, worldwide group now with access to all these things like you're talking about, right? It's harder to do because you can be sitting at a table with all your local friends, and 9 out of 10 of them are on their phones doing the same shit globally, right? They're all on the internet. So if you're sitting there talking, trying to make an impact, who's hearing you? Now that's the problem. It's harder to do, but it is very important. It's one thing that I learned, is that not to lose sight of your local group. The people in your area, the people that are listening to you, the people that are doing the same things in your area. I told you earlier when we started here, I found a boatload of people that were doing the same thing, or friends, people that I knew that I had no frigging clue and felt stupid about when I found out. People that I've known for years were out there putting out videos, doing rap and hip hop and stuff. And once I got into them, that's when things started happening for me around here as well, right? Like we got that song on the radio here a little while ago and whatnot. And once that happened, the local group, and they're the ones that bring the numbers, because it's like you said, how important are you going to be on a global level if you don't find a way to blow, like the Eminems and the Drakes and whoever else and whatnot, because that's very difficult.
Well,
Obviously, you
the
need that
mistake
break.
is trying to make a global impact at a small size. People that are like, hey, I want to go viral so that I can make a huge impact and reach all these people, you're approaching it the wrong way. That's not the right way to do it. The chances of that happening are getting hit by lightning, winning the lottery. Huge shout out to Skulls, who is actively right now. If anybody's been following his Instagram, he has a group locally in Connecticut where he's at, where they're, I think he's gonna kill me. Culture for Change or Change for Culture, something like that. And it's a local group that is they're going for grants and stuff to get a venue to really push local artists in the area, which is there's really none of right now. And he's doing that
Yeah.
local. He
Yeah.
was trying to, putting his music out. He was here on the podcast. He flipped that. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to focus on my area because we really got some great people.
Facts.
We have just nowhere to do it unless you just happen to catch somebody at a bar. Like that's it. So they're literally,
Good for him.
making.
Good for him.
So there's a way to do it, and some of us do a small community, and we try to make waves that way. To at least
Yeah.
we can't support everybody all over the globe, but at least we have our community where we really rock with these people. By the way, Sidem,
Yeah.
hello, and I saw
What up,
TD.
Sidem? You saying, brah? Thanks for popping in, my guy.
I'm just saying,
Sack's in here.
yeah, I know.
Sack Juggalo.
Chill
Sack
Rock's still
Jugs,
in
my
here.
guy. Yeah.
I think I just saw TD Freelancer in here as well.
Let's see here.
But no, I mean,
Yeah, Wallflower said closer friends online. Absolutely. It's just kind of the way it works, because you're talking to them all the time. They're always there. They're always present in front of you, right?
yeah,
No,
but
they're always on your DMs, and it's easy to fall down that path if you let yourself. So,
well, sometimes it's not always a good thing, right? Sometimes you've got to
well,
have
facts.
you have to have space. You've got to be able to kind of chill, do your thing, get some quiet, take your earbuds out. I'm a big believer that, and I do it all the time. Leaving like AirPods, you know what I'm talking about, like those type of earbuds in all the time, even when nothing's playing. It muffles the real world, especially like the ones that you put on like noise canceling and stuff. You're muffling.
Like the ones you're wearing now. You try going out with those on. I don't know if it looks like you got a wire stuck to it. I don't know if those are wireless at all, but
No, but the
sometimes.
wireless ones are down in my shirt.
So yeah, you put those.
These.
You put those. Yeah, I've got same thing, and sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I'm so in and out of my day-to-day stuff and trying to juggle that with music. I forget and leave my headphones on all damn day long. It's actually why I wanted to wear these tonight, because I can at least still hear things outside that. Not that I really want to right now, but totally. It literally does. It makes it feel like everything is coming in blurry
No,
when you have
absolutely. people it's a hard thing to do, especially when some of it. And that says I need the real world muffled. No, I get that, but I think I'm speaking a little bit more to people who are. I don't know how to put this. I'm not trying to be offensive. People that are doing and making moves online, people that have a YouTube channel, people that are making music, people that are making beats, people that are zoned in and pushing out content, so they're networking and they're talking constantly. There's no break. You don't get a break from that. They're showing up in
Yeah.
lives, they're saying hi, they're doing all these things. You got to unplug for a minute. And
Yeah.
it's super hard cuz I read on my phone. So then I see all my notifications come in and I answer. Everybody knows I
Oh,
answer like that. So it's really hard for me to unplug from that. And I'm not
yeah.
downing anybody else's experience
Yeah.
and what they might need. I'm just saying for me, I realize I'm more frustrated with my family. I'm not as kind when I'm juggling too much stuff, especially online. You can take on a lot. All your
Oh,
DMs
yeah.
are going
Oh,
off, people in your
absolutely.
Discord talking, comments on the YouTube channel. There's just
Yeah.
one after another. And if you
Yeah.
don't unplug and step back,
Yeah.
take the headphones out, go watch a movie with your family, take a walk,
Yeah.
get the mail, for goodness sake, you
Yeah.
just get
I
stuck in that
agree.
hole. And that's where that
Yeah.
tunnel vision and that hermit status comes in. Like, I can hermit like a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
It sounds like you need a separate tablet or something for reading. One of those reading tablets where you could just kind of disconnect from everything and just zone in on that. Have some time for yourself. Block all that crap out. Have some quiet in your ears for a couple minutes.
No, absolutely. It's
Uh,
just, I think
Anything?
I'm all about convenience. So it's like, I
I
can,
know. I know.
I can
Yeah.
switch between stuff easier. That's why I use my phone. I have one of those, by the
Yeah.
way. And it's got a cute little case. It's over there
Yeah.
somewhere. It's got the cute little case and everything, and it's got like a little stand, but it's about like that big. I also have physical copies of books, but I need them on my phone because what I do is I flip between audiobooks, reading books, and then everything else that I'm doing.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
I do spend a lot of time outside though. I actually,
And that's a good thing in Texas. You can probably pretty much always go outside and it's comfortable
I'm,
unless it's too hot.
well, it's cold now. It's not cold for y'all, but it's cold for us. We're not happy. We are not amused. Us
What
here
does
in
cold
Texas
even
are
mean
mad.
for you?
Cold means like what?
What does
What
it
is
take for you guys to get mad about cold? I'm
um
curious.
when it's like windy and 50s? I'm like,
Windy and 50.
because then it's like you're a little, you're on the edge of being a little bit like just a little bit, but
Hmm?
not enough to like go put a jacket on, you know.
Yeah.
But
It's just,
Christmas and it being like 70 is kind of the norm. 60s, 70s, easy. Fahrenheit, in case anybody's asking. Um, yeah, but one year we had a freeze. That was not it.
I heard about that. Yeah.
That was not. I was like, check
It
on your friends in
sounded
Texas. We are not okay. We're
it
not built for
sounded like
this.
that was just in the last couple of years, was it not? I was
Um,
just thinking about this as we were talking it through. I don't
two
know if that was in the last
years,
2 or 3 years.
2 years ago. This, like February, maybe something like that.
Yeah, yeah, I heard about that.
It was not cool.
It's
But
just there's no. I mean, your infrastructure is just not prepared for that kind of anything. So I totally
you
understand
got
that.
snow up there right now. I thought you guys were getting nailed, or at least somewhere near you. Because my mom was showing me on her
We've
phone earlier.
weirdly, I've been able to avoid it. I don't know how. I think it's because we're right on the ocean. But I say that, and then Carol, I know she's getting slammed out there in BC on the far west coast. I'm far east coast, right? So I don't even want to talk too much about this because I'll jinx the shit out of it and catch like 40 centimeters of snow tomorrow. But
Moving on. Yeah, you're gonna miss me with blaming me for that shit. No thanks. I
how could you
hate
do this to me,
snow.
cat?
I hate snow. If
Yeah.
anybody that knows me knows I hate the snow. I hate the ice. I hate the cold. I hate it. Of course, I'm fluffy, so I don't like the heat, like boiling heat, where I just think about it and then I just like start sweating in weird places. Like not cool.
Right.
But
Not
hey,
cool at
Tal,
all in
what's up,
so many
man?
ways.
But no, I hate the snow. I moved south for a reason. I will never move north. It's never gonna happen. I'm not gonna do it. People are like, ooh, it's pretty. I'm like, yeah, it's pretty on a picture. I don't need to touch it. Like, I can think people are pretty. I don't have to touch them. I might want to, but I'm not going to.
Probably not, eh? I'll send you an autographed picture of like the worst part of my winter. How about that? you with like a thumbs up and a smiley face, and like I'm in a snowbank somewhere
Like
trying
you
to
were
dig
in
my
the
car out.
snowbank with it to here,
I'll be in there. Mhm.
and you'll be like
I already
literally
have
like
those pictures.
this, and then
Yeah,
somebody will take your picture, and then you just print
yeah,
that off, autograph it, and
yeah,
send it to me.
absolutely. I already have those 100%. We had a year where it was nuts here. And the thumbs up is just to make sure people know you don't have frostbite and aren't freezing to fucking death as you shovel your driveway, right?
As you
Zach's
hide
got a
your frost.
question. Can you ask JT how he became so cool? Fuck, man.
He's in
Zach, are we
Canada. He's
talking about the
always
same
cool.
JT? I think we're talking about a different JT.
That was that. I'm not
Zach's so
grounded. Stop,
flattering.
Mom. She's grounding me. What are you gonna do? Send me
But
to my room? Oh wait, I'm in my room.
when it's too cold to snow. Yeah. You know what? That's funny, Wallflower. It does get too cold to snow sometimes, and what you fucking get is like it's smoke. It's basically smoke. It's so cold, but it can't even snow right. So it looks so like fine grained, like baby powder, and it hits the street, and it just can't even land because it's so cold, and it looks like you're in some kind of hairy ass Potter fucking magic land of smoke and like magic spells,
It's like
and your car
snow.
barely
You
runs, and
had
your
one
tires want
job.
to fall apart.
You had one
Yeah, I
job.
know. You had one job. Fuck my day up. You can't even stay on the
Fall.
road.
Fall. And like land.
Appreciate
That's
you,
it.
Zach.
That's all you had.
Yeah,
Your one job. Snow.
yeah. No, it can't even land. It's just suspended in midair. So not only that, you get out of your car and try to walk into your house, but you're breathing that bullshit in, right? You're breathing that in, and it's basically like you're just huffing like poisonous death. So you're running as hard as you can, which is making you breathe harder and stuff. Trying to cover my kid's face. Oh, it's great. It's great. Luckily, nowadays out here on the coast, like I said, it doesn't quite get as cold as other parts of Canada. So that is a very small window. When it hits, it's a true experience. I think it.
I'm
I
not
feel like
coming to
everyone should
Canada,
experience
y'all.
it.
I'm not
I
doing
was
it.
just about to ask if you wanted to come visit.
No.
We'll pick we'll pick the perfect week in February for you,
No.
and you come up and just experience what it's like. It's
That's
great.
okay. When it's like 115 here, we'll bring you
Oh
down
God.
here. How
So
about
I
that?
did one of those too. I did one of those. My last second last job. The system software that we used throughout the whole company. It was where was it? I think it was Irving. Irving? I can't remember. It was in Texas. So I went down last week of July. Last week of July. And I swear to fuck, my ass almost melted down there. Did not think I was going to get through the week.
You
I
need
was in the
lots of
hotel room last.
cornstarch.
Oh, hella cornstarch. I literally thought I was going to melt out there. Even at night, I'd go out and try to have a smoke and whatnot. Everything would be so hot. The pavement's like scorching hot at 11 o'clock at night. You know, I'd lean up against like a brick wall. That shit was hot as fuck. It was like I was in hell.
That's so funny.
I don't know how
Because
you
it's
guys do it.
true.
I don't know
It's
how you do
true.
it. The grass was like screaming for help. I could hear the grass at 11 o'clock at night saying, please fucking get me out of here. I need some water and shit. I am burning up.
Yeah, we spend a lot on water in the summer. But here's the thing though. We have like 60-degree weather in Christmas, so
Yeah, see, that's comfy. That's all right.
I mean,
You do
we're
that.
like in t-shirts and leggings on Christmas, like
Yeah,
Christmas holiday
yeah,
time and stuff. So, I mean,
yeah,
that kind of does it. Like anywhere else I've ever lived, except for Florida, but that got cold that time too. Anyway,
yeah. Are you
anywhere
guys
else
even
I've
allowed to
lived,
play like White Christmas down there? Is White Christmas a song that you guys actually are allowed to play, or is that just considered bad luck? Like I'm dreaming of a White Christmas. Like, do you ever hear that?
it's funny.
I don't know. After
It's
that shit that happened,
no, it's funny. It's one of those things like it's never gonna happen. You know, it's like playing a song. It's like I'm gonna win the lottery, and it's like that's funny, right? Because it doesn't
like
happen.
that.
But if
I
it
like
does
that.
dust snow a little, just a tiny bit, right?
Yeah,
They shut the whole city down.
yeah,
Everything shuts down because we don't have road crews.
yeah,
They don't salt the roads. We
yeah,
don't have
yeah,
road crews. So
yeah.
dumbasses go driving around. By the way, in Houston, anybody that is bored, go check a map of Houston and go to like where I think it's 610 and like I-10. They all meet up in one spot and it looks like a spaghetti bowl. Okay. And people are like up there, people are like down there on these different like it's like when you're a kid and you build a little racetrack and you try to get like real slick with it. And then your cars are like You like have like dead ends and didn't even know it. You like try to put your car so it goes down the thing and it just like stops and you're like, where to go? It's like that. And then you put a little bit of dusting of snow, and then immediately because it's warm, it starts melting a little. So then the wind blows. What does it have? What happens? It freezes. So what do
Hmm.
people do? They're
Yeah.
hitting 65 and like, no salt on the road. They're like, oh, there's 17 accidents. We're like, which is why they shut down the whole city.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you think
That makes
snow
sense.
when they shut down the city. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, it's just not something you guys are prepared for. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I mean, I hear that and I'm like, what? But realistically, it's a completely different ball game down where you guys are at. So
Well, I'm not from
safer to
here.
keep people off the damn streets.
I was born in Ohio, so
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
made my way down south little by little. I was in Kansas City, so we had
yeah.
tornadoes and snow. That was fun.
Eh,
Um, Ohio, I was a lot younger. I've lived in Georgia, I've lived in Florida, I've lived in West Virginia, Kansas City, like all kinds of places. But Bert,
Yeah,
but seriously, I mean, I personally moved away from it, so I don't want nothing to do with it. I think it's hilarious though,
yeah.
because people are like, "Well, we have all this cold weather. You should feel lucky." I'm like, I do. That's why I moved here.
That's just it. I mean, obviously, yeah. I mean,
They're
yeah,
like,
you're not missing anything. Let's
"You
put it
don't
that
know
way.
what it's like." I'm like, I do, and they're like, "Well, you should feel bad for us." I'm like, then move south,
Yeah,
like I did.
yeah,
Like it's
yeah,
cold. I'm like, ha ha. That's what I do.
yeah. Kind of
Kansas
worked your
was
way
not my
down.
favorite, Annette. Thank you for saying that. By the way, I met her in Kansas. I've known her for like 24 years now. Wow, like 24 years. Is
Wow,
one of my best friends. Yeah.
that's crazy. Is she on your wall somewhere there too, or no?
No, she's not. She was supposed to be here, but then she put
Oh,
off her trip because she has family that lives in Houston.
okay, I gotcha.
So I was gonna get pictures and then print all those out, or have her, something like that. But she didn't show up. It's okay.
Next time for sure.
Ben, did you just say I work?
Get
What
her
do you
up
mean
there.
I work my way down? My mom's in the chat. Be nice. She'll just dip out if she thinks it's getting spicy. She's like, yeah, no. It always gets spicy.
Yeah,
Sometimes that's why I keep these shorter now, y'all. It's because you get me on here for like 2-3 hours,
yeah.
I'm
Problems.
yeah. Like you need a
Problems.
where's the beep button? Boop. Where I can talk and boop and censor myself.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Cornbread man. Why would you hang your friend on a wall? That sounds torturous. Well, some of them deserve it. Okay, some
Yeah.
of them need it, and who else is gonna do it?
Yeah. That's a good friend right there.
Put you sipping on
A
Mr.
wall hanging.
DJ bro. I know that ain't me. I'm not a DJ. No, but are you putting out more music's coming soon yet? Have you decided? Are you
Yes, I
gonna
am. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
like today or like in the year?
There will be. I will have something coming out this week. Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I feel stupid. What's up, Mrs.
Oh.
Traumatos?
Oh, Lady T, going on? Thanks for popping in, girl. What up? Yeah, I'll have something coming out this week. I'm also going. There's I can't remember. It was a competition someone recommended for me with Nampson. Nampson, someone
Mm,
else that I didn't really know that well.
I love
So
Namson.
he's hilarious, eh?
You should watch the
So yeah,
podcast with him on it.
your podcast, you have one with him on it?
I do.
Oh, I'll check that out for sure. Yeah, the more I hear from this, the more I see this guy there, the more I just think he's hilarious, man. He's a very entertaining guy. So somebody
The
put me
higher he
on to
gets, the
his.
smarter he is. It's weird.
So that's the weirdest thing. Like he was like a Winniversary. I can't remember what it is. All these competitions and stuff. So I listened to this is the second one he's doing. He's doing it this week coming up. First week or the first one he did was a couple months ago, and I actually just listened to it yesterday or Friday, and literally he's sitting there getting more and more tour the entire time. So I fast forward. He's live for like 7.5 hours. I fast forward to like 6:15, and he's like on point. He's like blah 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 blah. I was like,
Hmm.
holy shit,
Yep.
this guy is zoned the fuck in.
No, he's
Compared to the
very,
start. So
very smart. He's very, very smart. And it's
they're
funny
very
because
analytical. I'm excited. I
he
can't
uses
wait
big words
for this
too. It's
conversation.
great. Like, you're
You know I love
between
that.
his encyclopedia and your dictionary.
No, I
That's a
love
good
that.
combination. By the way,
Yeah.
Sack Juggalo, I'm talking to you, sir. And I know it's going to be totally cool that he's going to have stuff out, which I'm letting people know so that they can check it out because, you can have my sloppy seconds, honey. It's okay.
Zach, I told Kat I was going on with you there in a couple weeks here over the holidays.
Yeah. So
So yeah.
I got
So
there
anyways, yeah.
first.
Yeah, Kat and I have had a great time, honestly. And this right here is a prime example of how much value can come from the competitions like what you put on. Like you meet such cool people and stuff and become close with them so quick when you click with them. It's awesome. It's amazing, and it happens nonstop all the time.
You
No,
know,
I definitely had heard about you. Like I had followed you and whatnot. I'd been to a couple of your lives and whatnot before we went in and whatnot. I mean, it's like I said, I somehow knew you were moving back in the summer. But I'd never actually even talked to you.
I was gonna say I didn't think
And
I didn't think you knew me like that. That's kind of cool though, because I mean,
well,
as
yeah,
as far as I know, like the only people that ever show up are people that I've spoken to, that I've talked to,
yeah,
and I drag them kicking and screaming like, "Come check me out, come see me, come hang
yeah,
out," you know. So I figure if I
yeah.
don't know, if I've never met you, then you wouldn't know me, But it
Well,
always
it's all
blows
about
my
what you
mind.
all about what you put out, right? Like if you post stuff that's happening and stuff, and if you're in my circle, even not my direct circle, I see that stuff and I remember it. Like
No, I hear you.
my
No, I
circle's
get
not
it.
that huge. So
The
yeah.
circle's so small; it's like a
Oh.
decimal point. It's a
Yeah,
dot.
yeah.
No, I
So
just really wanted to have an opportunity to talk to you because I really mess with your music. I really like it. On top of that, you've just been a really cool person. You've been an amazing person. Have you? I don't have not met one person. Okay, I met one person, but I don't know very many people that have anything negative to say about you or your music. Just one. But that's besides the point. What I'm saying
I,
is that you seem to have a good rapport with pretty much everybody that I know that has ever heard of you or spoken to you, things like that. And it's just, that's somebody that I like to have an opportunity to put forward on a platform and say, hey, this is somebody that for lack of a better way to put it, that I co sign with. I want people to check you out, to check out your music, and if you put anything out, to support you because you're a good person, and you have a track record of being a good person, if that makes
appreciate
any
that.
sense. I
It
mean,
makes perfect
except,
sense. Yeah,
but then of
it's
course you got Larry that supports you, and that right there, kind of like I was like, well, okay, in that case, maybe not. Like maybe we should just like stop the live because Larry's like,
oh
yay JT,
shit.
and I'm like, mm, I don't know if we want. I don't know if we can really like.
Damn. Oh,
Did
I can
that one
feel the
hit? Did I
heat.
get that
I
one?
can
Did I
feel
hit
the
that one really
heat.
good?
Got
Okay.
hotter in this room all of a sudden.
Mm.
Oh yeah,
I had to poke at Larry. He
yeah.
keeps telling everybody I'm a stripper named Cinnamon Buns.
It's all those X's in your name. I've had to explain the same thing to my coworkers when they see it's a really awkward situation, but
Well, tell them to come check me out, and
it's
then
like
they'll know better.
xxKaTxx, and it's like then it's another series of X's and then cat and xxx. I'm like,
There's
oh,
not three X's
it's
in a
not what you
row.
think, man. It's Christmas bonus time, so these are bound to come into my inbox.
That's funny. It took me a second. Did you see
Oh,
it
I love you. I
register?
love you. I love you.
I was like, wait a minute. JT once
Yeah.
pushed me down a flight of stairs and stole my shoes, but he shouldn't have popped off. I mean,
Oh, that must have been one of my classic Saturday nights. I must have forgot all about that. The Jaeger must have been a factor. And Fireball.
oh, I love Fireball. I really do.
Yeah.
But no, I
No,
just
but I totally agree. I totally agree. Like, it's awesome. I appreciate the fact that you actually said that everybody kind of is positive with me because I try to stay positive with everybody as well. That's why I'm here. That's why I first came. That's why I started doing this whole global community thing that we talked about, right? Because I mean, I was in a bubble for like a decade, just me and my guy Sean doing our own thing. But coming out, it's all I kind of wanted. I wanted to find other people that were sort of in line with where I was at, same interests, doing the same sort of thing and just create basically just like a positivity bubble where we're kind of all elevating and promoting each other. And it's clear, it's been clear from the beginning since we had the competition that that's exactly where you're at too. And I know that's why you do it.
No,
You've told me
absolutely.
that. So
And that's the thing is that when you find other people that get it, I mean, there's no other way to put that is that there's a difference between supporting somebody in theory and actually doing everything in your in that you can to make sure that you bring good people. Like there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes when you're trying to support somebody or to push any of their content. It's not just about showing up, dropping a like and leaving is okay, cool. That's nice. Yay algorithm. That's great and it's appreciated. But when you're doing something like what I'm doing here, what Sack Juggalo does, a lot of other people do as well, there's a lot that goes into it. There's the conversation, there's the research, there's the, really making sure that you put, I don't know how to put it, like you put good people, because I don't want for you to go be a shithead to somebody. And then I'm like, yeah, he's a great guy. And then you go and you're like, well, fuck you and your mom. And I'm like, well, shit.
right.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Oh,
want
I
that.
know. I know all too well. Yeah.
And so it takes a lot more effort than just, and it takes, and the thing is, it takes time, a lot of time. It takes time for you guys to like write music, to put it together. It takes time for you guys to record it, then to go and get somebody to mix it and do all this other stuff, right? It takes time for you to put together a music video, to get your lyrics put
Oh yeah.
down, to practice, all of these different things. It takes time for me. Sure, I
Yeah.
could read a book up to 15 minutes till we go, but I've talked to people making graphics. I've been talking to you. I've been posting on Instagram. I've been checking to see who, making sure that people are noticing it. You know what I'm saying? I put it
Sure.
on
Yeah.
to, podcast sites. Well, I need to get on that, but I put it on podcast sites afterwards, so it's audio only. Like, and it's time consuming. I do
Yeah.
descriptions and I pull YouTube links and I check comments and I, talk to the community in Discord. So it's a whole thing, and you guys do it too. It's not easy.
It's not easy, but just the fact that everything you just said is absolutely right. Um, there is just a huge time component that goes into being an artist. And we all have lives. We all have all kinds of stuff going. There's very few people that are in here that don't have to do something else to at least supplement one part of their life, whether it's the financial part, something, you know. So I think it says a lot. The fact that these people that are doing it are willing to put the time in, it says a lot about how passionate they are about whatever they're doing.
Right.
And that could be anything. That could be what you're doing, which is so key to us. That could be what like people like Larry and I are doing, which is so key to us.
Right.
And you guys too, I guess. And then there's the engineers. Like everybody has a different piece to kind of what, and some people do it all. There's people that can do it all. But I think just the fact that they're willing to make that juggle, to spend as much time as it takes doing what they love, and juggling the rest of their lives, and still being able to put out their artistry, whatever that may be. It could be the artwork. It could be mixing. It could be creating beats. It could be the rapping. It could be writing. Some people just write for other people. I don't think that we have a whole lot of people do that. But anyways, I think just that fact, it says that that is what is the most important, or at least what should be the most important. And for those people that are that dedicated that you can find, that also have a great attitude and are willing to be cool and promote you, and you kind of get good vibes off them, you can just build off those people if you surround yourself in them.
Right.
And you and I have spoken. You don't always know who's going to stay legit when you feel like at one point they are. But luckily, I feel like our circle is pretty damn good when it comes to that.
I
And
agree.
for the most part, yeah, like I can't say, I'm just thankful that I came across everybody, everybody that's in here that are, came in here tonight to spend their Sunday night with us and whatnot. Like I just, it's all thanks. And I can't imagine not giving that thanks back to everybody that I can. And it's exactly what you said, any way that you possibly can, whether it be the shares, whether it be the subscribes, the likes, the comments, the talking to other people about, hey, did you hear G Kid's last shit? This is fucking great stuff. Like, just the whole sentiment that comes with it.
Yeah. No, it
I
absolutely
just,
it all matters, and it's really hard to stay positive sometimes because we all have we all most of us have full-time jobs, you know, and we do
Right.
this on top of that. You know, we have kids, we've got all kinds of stuff. You know, we have all kinds of things, elements in our life that take up our time. And like for you to take time, carve out
Spend.
to come talk to me, you know, spend time with me means the world. I don't care if it was 20 minutes, I don't care if it's 6 hours. The fact that you even took the time, you know, when you have all this other stuff going on, it means a lot, especially because now, you know, with being online, being that people are more accessible, they're more likely that this is not their full time job. They're artists, their channel, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So for
Yeah.
people to take that time, people to show up and support me, support you, support whoever, it means a lot. It really does.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I mean, I encourage anybody out there. Trust me, I am not positive all the time. I'm salty as hell a lot. And anybody that's in my DMs, they are aware because I let it loose. I go crazy. I'm like, you know, I let it out and then I'm happy. But I try to at least be fair. And
Yeah.
anybody that can be positive and stay positive all the time, I mean, big ups to you because that ain't me. I'm mean, but I'm always honest and I'm always straightforward. So anyone that can, is like approaches what they're doing in um, their art, their creativity in a positive manner, even if they're saying like, "Well, screw you, I'm gonna kick your ass," but they're like, "I have a really cool song. You need to go check it out." You know, and they're happy and they're like, "Do you know what I'm saying?" Though, or they're like, they go to someone else's and they're like, "It's a little aggressive, but I appreciate you checking it out." And they're always, even
Yeah.
if they're like, "Oh, this I don't like this trash," you're like, "Oh, well, you have a nice day." You know, anyone that can do that, I mean, big props to them because I sure that's not me.
Yeah.
That's why I don't
Yeah.
do
I
music.
just.
What's up,
Yeah.
Sean?
Yeah.
What's up, DK?
So, oh, my guy Sean B is in here.
Mm-hmm.
My guy Sean B. He's the guy I was talking about earlier. He is my homie for life, man, since day one. He's a guy in my group. Undecided is our group name and whatnot.
Yeah, he
And we'll
said
also
you
be having
smell
some new
weird
music
and
coming.
he's really kind of sick of you, but he's stuck with you, so
Yeah.
okay. He's cool.
That
He
that's
said
how we
that.
talk love. That's how we show love to each other is by shit talking.
Isn't that how
We've known
everybody
someone
does?
that long. There's no other way, is there?
That's how I do it.
Yep.
Like if I'm not making fun of you or like cracking jokes at you or like, you know, sarcastic, then I probably don't like you.
Yep. That's a good lesson, everyone. Take that note down.
Yeah, if I'm not being snarky and
That's
sarcastic
giving
to
away our
you,
secrets.
then I probably don't like you. Mentexo, what's up, man?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Cornbread
yeah.
and Bert are
Anyways,
going
like I said,
crazy. I see you guys. I see what you're posting. Hey, the more
JT
messages that you
Treehouse.
post, the more higher it gets in the algorithm. Run my chat up, but don't spam.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Larry. Yeah, I actually do. I actually live in a treehouse, Bert. Um, it gets a little chilly this time of year, but I got a nice little heater in the corner over there, so there's that.
Man,
No,
that
not really. This is my studio. This is where I do all my stuff. It's all foam board. It's weathered. It's destroyed and whatnot, but the entire room is covered in it, so it's completely soundproof. And this is kind of where all the magic happens. It's literally like a 6x6 room, and it all looks like that.
Ooh,
There's been some rough nights. You can see the claw marks behind me, so.
ask JT about the time we rage quitted rap and started an axe throwing career.
So that was before we got all this foam board, and we weren't soundproof. Yeah, we used to throw ratchets around his backyard and put targets up and just whip them around because we were so mad that we just couldn't rap enough, right? We didn't have the right stuff. So, anyways, yeah. Luckily, then we got this foam board, and before you knew it, we were up rap stars. So
Hey,
it's a true
whatever it
story.
takes.
To one day, actually, I smashed my head. Like we were throwing axes. It wasn't an axe that hit my head. It was something else stupid. So we had to retire because I almost had to go to the hospital. I'll leave that story right there without
That's
getting into the full
awesome.
details of
That's a great,
everything.
that right there, that's all I needed. That was great.
Zombie and I have a lot of great stories. That is a whole other live that we won't even get into right now. But I appreciate that my guy's here right now. It makes me happy.
Well, we've been going about an hour and 20 minutes so far. I don't know if it's felt like an hour and 20 minutes.
It's like I told you, I always lose track of time on here, but I totally know that we don't do marathons here, and I'm totally cool with cutting her whenever you want. So
What's
you
up,
let me know what's
BK?
up.
Kahuna. No,
Oh, Kahuna's up in here. What up? This is my guy right there, man. You know, he's the one that told me about your comp. I didn't even know about your comp. Kahuna is a fucking beast when it comes to knowing everything that's going on.
No, he really
He's a
is.
master.
He really is.
Respectful dude who's really just trying to see everyone make it, man. I can't say enough good shit about Kahuna.
No, I love him to pieces,
Facts.
man. I really do.
Yeah.
He's turned me on to people. He's like, hey, check this out, and it's all love. Even if I'm like, you know, he has no expectations that anything he sends me is either going to be watched or going to be acted upon. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's just doing it out of love for sharing people, showing people, you know, to
100%.
me because I have an opportunity. And he knows that if I see somebody I like, that I'm going to put it on reaction channels. I'm going to throw it in my Discord. I'm going to do all this stuff. So I'm just saying.
I told him straight up he should be getting paid for this. The amount of work that he does, and I can only imagine for how many people, you know, people like us, that, like we said, it's just hard to find time for everything. But he's got his ear to the street. He knows what's going on. Like, he's literally the supreme commander, and there he said it, the godfather of knowing what the fuck is up on behalf of all of us. And then he lets us know, and then we can part of it. So many things I wouldn't have been a part of if it wasn't for him. So
no, absolutely.
Big shout out to you, my guy. Big shout out to you. I don't usually get to say it out loud. I know I write it on texts and DMs and shit, but appreciate you, bro.
And he's nice.
Facts.
That goes far.
Hella nice guy, man.
Well, you're nice. You're nice too. I mean, for the most part. Until you're like trying to get into a story battle with me, and then you know.
That's just round one, girl. We got more of those coming for sure.
Bring it. Yeah.
I'll lose. That's all right. It's not about winning or losing, right? It's how you play the game.
I'll take the W. You can play the game.
We already talked about it. You got the dub.
But no, it's a Sunday, and I spent all day yesterday. I was busy the entire day from like noon to like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. And so today I went like shopping with my family and with my mom and my youngest. And I was going to, the only thing is that we're having a late dinner. So I plan on jumping in and making, or at least participating in dinner in a few minutes as soon as I get off here.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure. Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, we definitely can do more. And I have something I'm going to talk to you about in DMs. I'm going to talk to you about if you can carve out like 30 minutes for me anytime. I'm talking like tonight, tomorrow, whenever, but like in the next like 24 to 48 hours. I have something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, half hour is easy. We can do that. Yeah. My kid's in school for the next 2 days. So that's it. After that, she's off for God knows how long.
I know mine are already off.
I can squeeze that in.
Mine are already off. So.
So early.
Well, they got a half day Friday, and so they're off. So, but yeah, I have something I wanted, and if it goes the way I hope, then you know, yeah, it'll work out. You'll see. And I think you'd be perfect for it. So, we'll work on that.
Okay. Yeah, we'll holler. We'll talk.
But I wanted to say thank you everybody who has showed up here. I am going to shut this down. I do tend to keep it a little bit shorter. Like I said, the time, it's hard for me to get the time. Sometimes I pencil in, but first time with anybody, I tend to not go so long. Put a pin in that.
Sorry about that.
I'm going to put a pin in that one, that comment. First time having somebody on the platform, on the podcast with me. We tend to not go as long, and we tend to want people to come back and have all the conversations that came out of the conversations that we were having, right?
Sure.
So, like, Nams is going to come back on, and he's going to talk more about the shit he was talking, but I'm going to bring Rachel on there, too, so they can talk to each other. It's going to be a whole thing. So, like, those kind of things.
That sounds fun.
So, I want you back on, especially after you go hang out with Shaq, and then you come back and go, oh, my God, that was a shit show, and I wanted to come back with you.
Oh, Shaq. Oh, bro, you got some shit to live up to now, man. You better hope I have a good time.
Oh, he's going to keep you on for like 6.5 hours. And he's going to like be entertaining as hell.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
He's a hospitable guest. He is. He's a hella hospitable guest.
I love Zach so much. I really do. I appreciate him. He's been nothing but kind to me. He's been on the podcast as well. You know, I talk to him periodically. I don't talk to him every single day. But whenever we pass, we're like, skirt. And we turn around and we talk. Like, that's just how it is. We're friends like that. And it's all love, because we do some of what we do is the same thing, but some of it's not. Holy crap, Ben. Thank you. Ben tip 50. I don't know why the hell, but I mean, I'm not going to complain. appreciate you, man. You did not have to do that. I don't ask for money from anybody. I do this for funsies.
Oh,
So,
I think you've just got some loyal followers and whatnot who really kind of hopefully appreciate what's happening here, and as I should.
well,
So
Ben is really big
that's
in
awesome.
the
That says a
beatbox
lot.
field. He knows
Box,
all like
really?
the beatboxers. Oh yeah, all the big
Oh
names.
yeah.
He knows them personally. He's
Oh
like, let
wow.
me
Okay.
call them real quick. And by the way, Ben, you didn't call me today. You said you would, and you didn't. Anyway, I digress. He was supposed to call me about an update, something that's going on. They're doing a beatbox competition, and we're gonna fly in and we're gonna hang out with all of them and go to the competition and take some B-roll, and I'm gonna try and film it for them. Some of it for like Truth's gonna go with
Oh,
me
okay.
too, and
Oh,
it's a
oh
whole thing.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah.
That sounds fun. Where's that at?
Well, it's in Virginia, I believe, something like that. I'm pretty sure. They moved the date just because they're looking for a bigger venue.
Okay.
So I'm
It's
waiting
gonna
on.
be a road trip for you.
I did call you
Be
out,
fun.
Ben.
Oh,
I
that
do
sounds
that.
good.
No, I'm a flying. I don't drive. I know. No. I'm not driving 22 something hours. No, thank you. I'm good.
Oh, jeez.
No.
That sounds horrible. I'm not a big fan of long drives, so I totally get what you're saying there. But either way, it'll be fun.
But
Sounds
yeah,
good.
he's pretty cool and he knows all the
Uh,
people and he's really supportive. I love him to pieces too. So, but no, thank you everybody for being here. And JT, thank you for coming
you
through. I
bet.
have been looking forward to this for a minute. I'm glad that
You
we made
bet.
it happen and I hope we can do it again after,
I don't see why not.
you hang out with Sack and then, you come back and, realize just what you were missing.
Absolutely.
Is
I can
Sack
already
still in
tell
here? I don't
how
think
this
he's
is gonna
still in
go.
here. Damn
I
it.
think he left. I
Oh,
think he
well.
left,
And
but
then in
hopefully he
that
goes
case, I
back.
love Sack to pieces and I'm just giving him shit. But if he was here, I would totally
I know.
run
I
with
know.
that. I would run with that until I was like
Oh,
gone.
you'd be sprinting to the finish line with that.
Oh yeah, I'll DM him and I'll be like, my podcast is better than your podcast, bruh.
Oh, yeah.
No, but I do appreciate it. I'm gonna go do dinner, do my Sunday thing. I gotta work in the morning. I know you do too. And thank you everybody
Absolutely. Yeah.
who are here now, everybody who was here at the beginning, somebody who comes in later, someone who watches later, and anybody that listens on any of the Spotify, Apple, or Amazon. Appreciate all you guys. Drop a comment, drop a like. Anything else?
Hit that like button. I agree. I know we had a
Absolutely.
few people come in here tonight. There, he's gonna zap out because he's from the future. Yeah. I'm going back to 2057 right after this. Thanks, Larry. Giving up my secrets, man. That guy knows too much about me.
Oh, that's funny. No,
Thanks
but
again, Kat. Appreciate it. Thanks so much for having me on tonight. It was a blast. I hope we can do it again. I'm sure we will.
no, absolutely. I love you guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm gonna say, well, what does Skulls used to say? I'll see y'all elsewhere. And we're out.